present tense. In English, we usually start the sentence with our subject. The subject can be I, you, he, she, it, we, they. The subject can also be a thing. If it is one thing, it is singular. It is like the word it. For example, the tree, the car. If you are talking about one person, it is like he or she. For example, my neighbor, my grandma. If you talk about plural things or lots of things, it is like the word they. For example, the trees or my brothers. It is plural. Okay, the first word in the sentence is usually the subject. The next word is the verb. And of course, the rest of the sentence after the subject and the verb. The verb tells us in English if the sentence is in present tense or past tense or future tense. Let's learn present tense verbs. Present tense verbs are quite simple because the subject I, you, we, and they all use the same verb. The subject he, she, it all use the same verb. For example, let's conjugate the verb to live in present tense. I live, you live, he lives, she lives, it lives, we live, they live. I, you, we, and they all have the same verb, but he, she, and it have the verb with an S. It's important to remember in present tense, you need to add an S to the end of the verb if you are talking about one person or one thing. Let's conjugate this verb. The verb is to eat. I eat. You eat. He eats. She eats. It eats. We eat. They eat. Great job. Notice that the verb for I, you, we, and they is exactly the same. That's why it's very important to say the subject first in English. Notice that the verb for he, she, or it has an S at the end of the verb. Let's conjugate the verb to sleep in present tense. I sleep. You sleep. He sleeps. She sleeps. It sleeps. We sleep. They sleep. Excellent. Now let's conjugate the verb to play. I play. You play. He plays. She plays. It plays. We play. They play. Remember, I, you, we, and they all have the same verb. He, she, and it have the same verb with an S. In present tense, when we add an S to the verb for he, she, or it, this is a regular verb. Let's practice more regular verbs. Let's practice the verb to buy. I buy. You buy. He buys. She buys. It buys. We buy. They buy. Here's another regular verb. Sell. I sell. You sell. He sells. She sells. It sells. We sell. They sell. In English, we use present tense to talk about things that repeat. For example, every day. Every day I wake up at 7 o'clock. Every day I eat breakfast. Every day I go to work. Remember, if you talk about another person, you have to add an S at the end of your verb. For example, every day he wakes up at 7 o'clock. Every day he goes to work. Every day he eats breakfast. We use present tense to talk about things that repeat in English or information about people. When I want to tell you about my sister, I use present tense to talk about my sister because these are facts or information, things about her. For example, my sister lives in Canada. She works at a bank. She goes to school. I can tell you information or facts about things that are plural. For example, my daughters love popcorn. They go to school. They live in the United States. Notice that I used the verb that goes with plural or the word they. In English, I can use present tense to talk about things that repeat, like every day, or I always eat breakfast. I can also use present tense to talk about a person or information about a person. I can also use present tense to talk about facts, things that are true. They are true now. They will be true tomorrow. They are always true. For example, cats eat mice. 2 plus 2 equals 4. The flag is red, white, and blue. Notice I used the verb to be in present tense for this sentence. Remember, the main subjects in English are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. But we can also talk about one thing or one person, like my grandma, my neighbor, or plural things or plural people, like my daughters, my neighbors. There are some words in English that are a little difficult to know if it is a singular subject or a plural subject. For example, the word family. In North America, the word family is a singular subject. It conjugates like the word it. My family lives in the United States. My family is big. Don't conjugate my family like a plural word. Do not say my family are, even though there are lots of people in the family. The family is one thing. That's the same for the word someone or somebody. We are talking about one person. And the word everyone in English is a singular subject. For example, everyone likes chocolate. When we talk about our team, there are lots of players on the team, but the team is one thing in English. so it conjugates with the verb like the subject it. My team plays soccer. My team plays very well. I can also say it plays very well because my team is like one thing, like it. So remember, my family, my team, and everyone. All of these words work like a singular subject in English. Here are some signal words to remind you that you need to use present tense in this sentence. If you use the word always, that is something that repeats. So we need present tense. For example, I always eat breakfast in the morning. Some other signal words are every day or sometimes or never. I never go to work at 10 o'clock p.m. Remember these words: sometimes, never, always, every day. You probably want to use present tense. Let's conjugate the verb to drive in present tense. I drive. You drive. He drives. She drives. It drives. We drive. They drive. Great job. Remember, present tense repeats. It happens often. Or we talk about a person and introduce them. Or we use present tense to talk about facts.